Hey everyone, today we are going to make peach blackberry cobbler. Yay! The items that you're going to need for the topping of the cobbler is 2 cups flour, 1/4 cup brown sugar packed, 1/2 of a teaspoon of dried ginger or ground ginger, 1/8 of a teaspoon of nutmeg, 1 tablespoon sugar, 6 tablespoons of butter, and this, or you can use like a butter substitute, such as margarine or like a vegan butter. 3/4 of a cup of milk, and I'm using almond milk today. 1/2 of a teaspoon of salt, 2 teaspoons baking powder, and 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. And also, I've already got the 1 tablespoon of sugar. Now, the items that you're going to need for the bottom, or the fruit part of the cobbler, is 12 peaches that have been peeled, pitted, and cut into chunks, the juice from 1/2 of a lemon, 5 tablespoons of packed brown sugar, and 2 cups of blackberries. Or you can also use raspberries or blueberries or strawberries, whatever kind of fruit that you have is, 2 cups of that. Okay, so we're going to get started. Okay, so right now we're going to be mixing together the fruit bottom of the cobbler. So we're going to put in a bowl the 12 peaches that have been cut and prepared. We're also going to we're going to sprinkle in the 2 tablespoons of flour. You can also use cornstarch. The 1/2 of a lemon juiced. 5 tablespoons of brown sugar packed. And we're going to mix that together. Unpack the brown sugar. Ooh, this smells so good. I love peaches. Peaches and raspberries are my favorite summer fruit. It's like the pure essence of what summer tastes like. If someone were to ask me what summer tastes like, I would say taste some peaches and some raspberries. Ooh, and also cucumber water. Take cucumbers and slice them and put them in water. Ooh, that is the bomb. Okay, so we've got the peaches and everything all mixed together. Now we're going to very gently fold in or stir in the blackberries, because they are kind of delicate. We got all of these fruits at the farmer's market this morning. Yay! Okay, so now we're going to put this into the baking dish. Kind of mix the blackberries around a little bit to kind of even all the fruits out, so there's not a whole lot of one fruit any which way. Perfect. So set this aside until we're done with the topping. Now we're going to make the topping. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to put in all of the dry ingredients and then mix those together. So there is the flour and the baking powder, cinnamon and salt, the ginger, the nutmeg, and the sugar, and the packed brown sugar. Yay! Now we're going to mix this all together until it's really incorporated. Okay, now we're going to mix in the butter. Yay! And you can just cut the butter in the flour mixture. Okay, so once it is pretty well mixed up, you can see it's kind of like a fine, sticky, not sticky, it's a crumbly type texture where you know, like when you squeeze it, it actually forms into something, but it easily crumbles. So that's the texture that you want it to be. Then we're going to mix in the 3/4 of a cup of milk. And like I said, I'm using almond milk. I've used soy milk for this. I've also used coconut milk. If you prefer regular milk, you can do that as well. This should form a ball. Once it starts to form a ball, then we're going to turn it out onto a floured surface. We're going to knead it just a couple times. Okay. Now we are going to flatten it out into the same shape as the pan that we're using. And then we're going to put it in on top of the fruit mixture. So we're going to slide the fruit mixture over here. And then we're going to carefully lay the dough on top of the fruit mixture. Okay. Perfect. Bake at 350 degrees for about 20 to 30 minutes, and as you see, I have a sheet underneath the pan because it will drip. So just FYI, that's a little tip so you don't have to clean your oven after every time that you make this. It's been 30 minutes, yay, and it is perfectly done. Okay, I recommend that you let this rest for about 30 minutes before you cut into it, simply being because it's so warm and kind of juicy in there that it's gonna kind of run all over the place. And also it is really, really, really hot with such a high sugar content. So I'll see you in about 30 when I cut it open. Yay!